Hello again. As I'm sure we all know now, the new moon has not yet been spotted in Saudi, which means that Ramadan is likely to end on Wednesday rather than Tuesday. This is important because it will affect the timing of Iran's attack on Israel. Because of the lunar calendar used to calculate Ramadan, it can occur at any time of the year. This year it coincided roughly with Easter, but 6 years from now it will begin on either Christmas Day or Boxing Day. And what's more, there will be two Ramadans that year, one in January and one in December. I was wondering to what extent this is going to affect our celebration of Christmas in this country by that time. This Easter, some shops seem to be more interested in marking Ramadan than they did Easter, and I have an idea that this trend is only likely to increase over the next 6 years. What I find curious is that nobody seems to wish to accommodate the needs and wishes of any other religion in this country, only Islam. Has anybody ever heard of people making special efforts for the dietary requirements of or fasting requirements of Hindus, Sikhs, or Jews? No, neither have I. In the description to this video, I give a link to a news item about the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner for Surrey, a young woman called Ellie Vesey Thompson. It seems that the police in Surrey, for reasons at which I can only guess, have launched an initiative called the Fasting Collective, where officers and staff who are not Muslim are encouraged to fast for one day during Ramadan. Have you ever heard of anything like this? Do you suppose that they try fasting for the day on Yom Kippur? Or do you think it's only a Muslim thing? Anyway, the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner has taken this a step further, and although she isn't Muslim, she's observing the fast for the whole of Ramadan. Don't ask why. She seems unable to explain, though that might just be because she's only capable of speaking in that peculiar modern jargon that progressive people use. You know, where they string buzzwords together to make a sentence which conveys literally no meaning. For instance, she says that Britain is untargeted to facilitating those fasting for Ramadan. Untargeted to facilitating. Can these people not speak English, or what is it? She continues, so much of my day-to-day living I've had to adapt to do Ramadan. It's not that the country is making that an easy thing to do. What I've noticed is how difficult it is for people to carry on with their normal jobs and keep the focus and do everything that's demanded of them, particularly when thinking about our police officers who are out and about. They're quite active. It can be really challenging. Well, the problem is, you see, that people choose to follow certain religions and then decide to fast if they wish to as part of that religion. It's not just Muslims. Jews do this as well. It's an entirely personal matter, and there is no earthly reason why we as a country should take their needs into consideration. The only case where we do so is with Islam. For example, many schools and other places now serve only halal food because it's easier than having two lots of meat in the kitchen. Hindus don't eat cows, but have you ever heard of hospitals or schools banning beef because they wish to accommodate Hindus? Or what about Jains? They're strictly vegetarian, but you won't hear of kitchens refusing to serve any meat, fish or other animal products so that they can be friendly to Jains. And what about Jews? Are we going to start keeping kosher and separating milk and meat products so that observant Jews can eat in our canteen? All this sounds crazy, of course, but somehow we take it for granted that Muslim requirements about matters such as halal food and observing Ramadan should be treated sensitively. How is it that the needs of just one single religion are considered more important in this way than any of the other religions in Britain.